Because a lot of this has been falling on my good and dear friend, John Bradshaw Layfield, a man who I've known for many, many years, a man who's been very good to me. But yep, even at OVW, I was once bullied a little bit. But you know what I did differently, Jim? I stood up to John. I was once showing a videotape of me promoting a show that the APA was going to be the main event in. And I want you to know that he reached into that machine, thought I was marking out for myself, and he broke that cassette tape right in front of me and everybody else. And you know what he did? He said, Kenny, you cleaned that up. And I looked at him and I said, no, I didn't break it. That's what he did. This is an absolute true story, folks. Jimmy will tell you.
He's also never seen your house if he thought you were going to clean anything up, but go ahead.
He's been to my house. I'll get into that later. So weeks go by and the tape is still on the floor. And Seven, you remember Seven. So now he's instigating it. He's trying to cause trouble. Kenny, you better get in there and clean it up because Layfield's pissed. He's going to beat your ass. I said, well, I guess he's going to have to attempt to do that because I'm not cleaning it up. You see what I'm doing here, Jimmy? I'm standing up to John Bradshaw Layfield.
I remember the incident, yes.
So it finally comes to a head, and it looks like it's going to come to a fight. And I remember gathering all the boys in the locker room, and I think you were in there. Danny Davis was there, and I said, boys, looks like it's going to come down to a fight between me and John Bradshaw Layfield over this goddamn tape incident. But I tell you what, I would be an absolute fool to fight John Bradshaw Layfield. I'd be an idiot. It would be suicide. Career suicide.
I dispute the fact that you announced this in front of the entire crew, and we're on network
it if you like,
and we're on network television.
And I remember it like I remember it like I made it up yesterday.
But I agree with the verbiage. Go ahead.
And what I did is I said, what do I have to gain by fighting John Bradshaw Layfield? Because I'm a tough guy. I'm a color man. I ain't no wheezy, cheesy play-by-play guy like Joey Styles. Like, who's the guy that just recently left WWE because he thought John was being a little rough on him? Armando Ernesto, what's his name?
No, Ronaldo.
Oh, yeah, that guy. And yourself, Jimmy, used to be a play-by-play announcer. There's something about you play-by-play announcers, but I'm going to get into that in just a second.
I'm sure you are.
Because what did I have to prove? Because if I had whipped John's ass, and let's face it, Jimmy, you know me, I've never lost a fight in my life. Chances are pretty good I was going to whip Layfield's ass. And then Ron Simmons run in. He's got to protect his buddy. And then I whip Simmons' ass. And there they are, laying right in the middle of the locker room, stacked on top of each other with my foot on them, saying, you want to punk me out now, bitch? Huh? You want to punk me out now? What did I have to gain by that? I'd have got fired. Danny would have fired me. You would have.
Yes, I certainly.
Daddy fired me. The WWE would have fired me because they wouldn't have wanted me on the shows anymore because I punked out their top tag team. I had nothing to gain by that. So I took the high road, Jimmy. I didn't whip Layfield's ass. I didn't whip Simmons' ass. I took the high road. I got their respect, and I want you to know that John Layfield was grilling steaks at my house a week later. John Layfield, you know what he did before he left OVW? He put his arm around me, and he looked at me, and he says, Kenny, you're going to be a big deal in this business one day. I can feel it. And there's one favor I want you to do for me. Don't bully people. No matter how big you get, no matter how big a star you become, whatever you do, don't bully people. And I looked at John right in the eye and I said, John, you got my word.